Hey guys, I want to give you a brief overview of Google Classroom. Here I am at classroom.google.com. I've already signed in with my Northside account, and now what I can see is I can see all the classrooms that I'm in charge of. Now, one of the cool things that Google added is you can just click and drag these and put these in order. It's pretty remarkable. That wasn't one of the original features, but now that it's there, you can reorganize your classes. Go ahead and click on one of these classes, and I can see I get to my Google Classroom homepage, and I've got the three tabs across the top: the Stream, the Students, and the About. And we're going to spend about 95% of your time in your classroom in this stream, but for now I want to come back to that one last, and we'll start with the students. On the students list, this is where you're going to see all the students in your classroom. If you've chosen to go with the Google automatically created classes, this will be pre-populated. If you would rather have a one class period for all of your stacked classes, you can create classes and use the class code. This class code is what every one of your students will have to type in to join your classroom. We can talk the details about this in the future if you'd like. But the short version of this is stacked class periods, if you use the automatically generated classes, cannot be combined into one Google Classroom. Now, a few other things along the students page. You've also got this list of students here right down the middle, and you've got these options to invite guardians. If you would like, you can invite guardians of individual students, and then they can get weekly summaries based on what you've been doing in the class. You can see this example if you'd like to see what that looks like. A few other things I want to point out. The default for students communication is for students to have the option to post and comment. Now, a lot of teachers like to turn this off. I would encourage you to leave it on because everything that these students do in the Google Classroom will be tied to their login. So, any issues with that, clearly you're going to know exactly who says and when they say it. Another thing I want to point out is if you needed, you could just click on individual students and you have the ability to mute individual students. If this happens, Al is still in the class as far as you're concerned, but as far as other students are concerned, he no longer exists. Other students cannot see his comments, they cannot see his responses at all. So, it's a great way to monitor and control some of those inappropriate behaviors. Away from the Students tab is going to be the two other tabs. We'll talk about the About tab next. The About tab is kind of the landing page for reference materials you can use throughout the year. You'll also see other teachers involved in the class. If you'd like to invite your co-teachers or your collaborative teachers, that's a great place to add them right here. Again, if you're using the automatically created system classes, these invited teachers will be reset. So, if you want to invite teachers to have both of you to have control over it, you might want to consider making your own Google Classrooms. We can talk details on that in the future. Again, the About tab is just going to be for reference materials. You can add the description, when the class meets, anything in here you'd like. But this is where you can put things like your syllabus, star references, EOC, grading procedures, something like that. Things that you want to come back to multiple times throughout the semester. Now the Stream is where you're going to put your daily activities. The conversations and the activities, the questions you ask for your students. If you scroll down, you see that this really is a stream, and it's named that on purpose. It's truly a stream of consciousness. All my posts are here, with the furthest ones away at the bottom and the most recent ones at the top. You can imagine that this gets very busy as the semester goes on, and what Google Classroom has done is they've built on these topics. So notice that I've got topics here. If I click on one of those, my stream refreshes, and now I'm only seeing things that are associated with that topic. So as you create posts, announcements, assignments, and questions, you can assign them a topic to make things much easier. Now, the way you add content to this stream is all controlled with this plus sign down at the bottom right. When you hover over the plus sign, you've got four options. The top option is really just reuse something you've used in another class period. The next three options are all unique, and they all have unique pop-up menus. The big key here is if you just wanted to send a one-way communication, just send the students information, you want to use the Create Announcement. Now, when you click on that, you've got several little pop-up options. You can choose what period you want to send it to, if you want to send it to individual students or the whole class, and how you can assign or where in the curriculum that aligns based on your topic. Send out whatever you want to share with your class, and then you can add attachments from your Google Drive, YouTube, or a link to somewhere else online. That's the announcement. The assignment and question looks similar to that, but there's a few more advanced options. We can talk about those more as we sit in planning meetings to talk about what those look like in particular, but just know that they work very similarly. You can create an assignment, assign it to certain classes, titles, instructions, due dates, and then it operates a little bit different when you add Google Docs to it, but again, we'll talk about that more in detail. I think you could jump into these and try them out yourself. I just don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed or throw anything out there, so please reach out to us if you'd like to try these in the classroom.